Welcome aboard here for California for round 33 on the schedule. The races are ticking down. Only 4 races to go, 3 after this one. Nick Mace cut the championship lead nearly in half, and coming off a win at the Charlotte Roval, he's won the pole here at California, but despite winning the pole, an engine failure late in qualifying will put Nick Mace at the tail end of the field when we go green. Mace will have to work his way up, and to keep Turner from really extending points on him in the championship, he's going to have to work his way all the way up to the lead and keep Turner from gaining any possible ground on him. 36 points is the margin. With that, Nick Mace going to the rear moves everyone up a spot, and Lester also going to the rear moves everyone up 2 places behind them. So Dejon Weeks is going to be your pole sitter for this race, and he's going to lead the field down. Dom Capps is going to be on the outside the front row. It's going to be interesting to see how those two fare heading off into turn 1. This is a big track, 2 miles. Last time we were here, Jake Bassinger made a pass late in the going on DJ Curtis to come away with the win. Can Bassinger be any threat? Can Curtis be any threat in this race? He starts 12th, but the championship leader, Jesse Turner, is going to be starting in the 7th position. Turner is going to be looking to gain all the points on Mace and keep him back there behind him. Let's get to the start of round 33. As we get set and ready to go racing, Dejon Weeks, Dom Capps side by side. Further in the back of the field, Nick Mace has a tall task ahead of him. 41st on the grid, at the tail end of the field. He's going to have to work his way up if he's going to be any threat in the championship today. Dejon Weeks with his teammates right behind him. Jenkins, Young, Motorsports looking really quick this evening. Capps and Bassinger were really quick. We were last year in the spring. They're on the outside, the front row. But Weeks with his teammates on the inside, coming to the green. Eric Burton slow in the back, however. Burton off the pace. Young dives out. The field fanning out. Heading off into turn 1. Eric Burton in trouble, and that is massive disappointment for the Season 9 champion. His day looks like it could be over. Many cars fanning out 3 wide. Front 4 breaking away just a little bit. Front 3 are clear of traffic. It is Weeks, Capps, and Young. Turner slides way up in front of Jenkins. Jenkins has to avoid him. Jenkins is into the wall. Davis in the wall as well. And up the middle, Griffin and Hayden Klein. Good run for Hayden Klein going up the middle. But Stephen Jenkins loses out. His teammates are doing very fine, however. Young doing a slide job on Dom Capps. And Dylan Young moves up into second. The Motorsports cars 1-2. 2 laps into the race, Jeffrey Lynn is already into the top 15. And he started outside the top 30. So great run for him so far. Charles Sanford getting contact with Carson Scott. He's also been working his way towards the front. Nick Mace is in a wad of race cars. He started out back. Lap 3, he's up to 25th. Turner on the move, trying to get up towards the lead. He knows how much bonus points can mean. Any point's gonna matter. And Turner moves past Capps into 3rd. And here comes Jesse Turner on Dylan Young. Young, who had a fantastic run in qualifying. Gonna try and see what he can do for this afternoon. He won here in the fall. So Dylan Young trying to defend his crown as a winner in the fall race here at California. He loses out to 2nd. Turner trying to go after Dejon Weeks. And Capps and Bassinger also trying to take advantage of Dylan Young. Young has really not been on the pace as his teammates have all year. But Young has been pretty fast this weekend, so we're going to look forward to see what he can do. But Capps and Bassinger ran very strong here in the spring. Look out for Capps and Bassinger in the long haul. Here comes Jesse Turner going after Dejon Weeks. This is for the race lead. Eric Burton's back on the racetrack. Turner trying to slide by. He's going to use Eric Burton as a way to get by Dejon Weeks. And Turner back out front. And for the first time this evening, Turner is going to get some bonus points for leading there. But Dejon Weeks going back after Jesse Turner. Side by side. Heading off into turn 1. Weeks trying to slide job Turner just a little bit. But further behind are the contenders from the win last time out here. Capps, Bassinger, Curtis. They ran very good in the spring. Remember, Curtis nearly won this race. All three of them drivers led up to 50 laps last time here. Turner side by side with Weeks again, trying to cross back over. Can't get him. Oh, some good hard racing. Curtis has really came out of nowhere. He started outside the top 10, started 12th. But Turner back at Dejon Weeks. Dom Caps on the high side, trying to look for any way possible. Man, Dejon Weeks just gets loose. Trying to avoid Jesse Turner. Here comes DJ Curtis, 3 wide for second position. Down the back straightaway, the Yamp Motorsports Ford of Dejon Weeks clears Curtis. But Curtis is going to get around Dom Caps for third. And Dom Caps slides wide into the wall. And that's going to seriously hurt Dom Caps' performance for this race. That wall has been very detrimental in the aerodynamics if you hit it. And that could hurt the handling on that 6 car for the rest of this evening. Some hard racing up towards the front. Weeks looking for a way to get by. Jesse Turner, contact. Turner slides into the wall. Dejon Weeks gave him the bumper and hit him in the corner. And Turner bounces off the wall. He's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 positions. And Turner from the lead down to 5th. Well, Weeks got out front with that dirty move on Jesse Turner. Curtis is just going to take it very cleanly to the inside. Curtis, who has really struggled in the second half of this season, to the inside and gets the lead at the line. Trying to clear Dejon Weeks. Turner has slid down to 5th, like we mentioned. Caps is right there as well. Both drivers pancake the outside wall in turn 4, but Turner showing that it's not really hurting him at all as he's underneath of Dylan Young. Nick Mace's progress up the field has not been as big as I figured it would be, but he is into the top 20, trying to work on Chris Dodd for 18th. So Nick Mace has his work cut out for him, but with Turner hitting the wall, he has some hope. Sean Harple trying to work his way up the order. Harple, ever since getting in the Mace Enterprises Chevy for the 25 ride, has really proven himself, and he's been really quick every week. Front 3 have been pulling away, and you can see it. Dejon Weeks holds second over Jake Bassinger. They're second and third, and Curtis is trying to pull away from those drivers. Curtis has not really had the speed for a while now. The defending champion, it's not been a good year for DJ Curtis, but he's looking awful quick here. Leading Dejon Weeks, Jake Bassinger, and a ways back, Sean Harple and Dylan Young. Battle for the 10th position, Jeffrey Lynn has had a good charge up the field. He is passing PJ Williams now for the 10th spot, and he started outside the top 30. And another driver that I want to give some props to, Charlie Smith's into the top 10. He started in the mid-20s, and he's having a good show for Athenian. Ryan Griffin's in 7th, having a solid day. Charles Sanford had a bad qualifying effort. He qualified 35th. There he is in the 13th position. Further back, Nick Mace looking to get up there and get into the top 15. Sean Harple has ran down Jake Bassinger. Nearly some slight contact to Bassinger. Harple looking for third, side by side. Harple is a youngster that really knows how to get it done. Got it done at Chicagoland. He's a Hardee's National Series champion, and he's going to be one to watch. Early pit stops going on for some drivers deep in the pack. Dylan Young has worked his way around Jake Bassinger. That is 4th position. 3 wide possibly with Jesse Turner. Bassinger sliding backwards, but Dejon Weeks is sitting there in 2nd, but way out in front is DJ Curtis. Curtis is opening up a huge lead, and he's en route for a dominating performance right now, just pulling away. Dejon Weeks and Sean Harple is starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. They're racing for 2nd. Harple all over the back bumper of Dejon Weeks, looking for a way to get underneath of him. Can't quite get it done. Turner has worked his way by Jake Bassinger for the 4th position. Bassinger trying to take it back. Young has slid back down to 6th. Ryan Griffin trying to join this battle. So Bassinger back down the inside of Jesse Turner for the 4th position. They could still possibly be a threat here at the end of this race, but if you're going to be a threat to win this race, you're really going to have to show something here at the end, because Curtis is looking very solid. Sean Harple's going to use Nick Pericles as a way to get by and get into second. Harple's been working over Dejon Weeks for that spot and is finally going to get it. And Weeks nearly running over Nick Pericles. Battle for fourth continuing to rage on between Turner, Bassinger, and Dylan Young. Young is having a fantastic afternoon. It's good to see him up at the top half of the grid and really being a threat up here in the top 5. We're hearing that Nick Mace possibly has a flat tire, and we're going to show you why. Some slight contact possibly. Mace and Finn Guy, and Mace hits the wall pretty hard, and Mace is off the pace and has to come to pit road. The very same lap, Jesse Turner is coming to pit road. He's one of the earliest of the leaders to dive into pit road. The leaders are on pit road, and DJ Curtis is getting off pit road and driving away. There he goes. Dejon Weeks, who is right there in the thick of things for second, is leaving pit road a ways behind. And for anyone to challenge Curtis, they're going to have to just drive up there and get him. And this looks like Curtis's day. After pit stops, DJ Curtis holds a very comfortable lead. 5 seconds over Sean Harple in the 25. If anyone's going to have anything for Curtis, it's going to have to be shown now. With 25 laps to go, 5 seconds is the distance from first to second. Harple back there in second. Bassinger's in third. And right behind him, Charlie Smith with a fantastic pit stop has worked his way up to fourth. He started midfield. Great run for Charlie Smith right now in the Chevy. And Jeffrey Lynn has worked his way up into the top 5. So Jeffrey Lynn having a good day. Ryan Griffin and Dejon Weeks looks like he's gotten to the outside wall. Dylan Young's going to have to fight his way back after a poor pit stop. It looks like he didn't get out there in time. Here's what happened with Dejon Weeks. It looked as though the Bassinger and Weeks kind of got loose trying to go around Kyle Collins, and Weeks pushes up. Charlie Smith was there and into the wall. Another hard hit to the outside wall, and that is going to hurt Dejon Weeks for the rest of the race. It is now 20 laps to go, and the comeback drive is starting to happen, it seems. Sean Harple is cutting the gap. It is now nearly 3.5 seconds, and that was only in 5 laps. At this rate, Sean Harple looks as though he will run down DJ Curtis. Curtis has opened up a huge lead, but his lead is really shrinking. I kind of wonder if he isn't having a problem because he is running about a whole second, almost a whole second, off of what his fastest lap in the race is. Battle for the third position. Bassinger, Smith, Young fighting for that spot. And Young gets a good exit off turn 4. Young has moved his way into the top 5. And now he's moved into 4th. And battling hard with Jake Bassinger for 3rd. Bassinger trying to hold it. But the winner last fall here. Dylan Young winless all year. Trying to go back to victory lane. Bringing Yant Motorsports to victory lane. Dejon Weeks is the only driver to win for them this year. And Dylan Young trying to carry the torch for Yant Motorsports after Jenkins and Weeks now have both pancaked the outside wall and hurt their race cars and a chance to win. Young is up to 3rd, having a great day. It is 12 laps to go, and Sean Harple is closing the gap. Only 3 seconds separates Harple to DJ Curtis. He is closing, but Dylan Young is closing on Sean Harple. So you have Young closing on Harple and Harple closing on Curtis. How is this race gonna play out? Bassinger struggling with lap cars. He doesn't seem as quick as Young, so I don't know. Dylan Young looks like he's in a good position here. So does Harple. But Harple's going to have his hands full with not only getting around Jesse Turner, or getting around DJ Curtis, but holding off the 88 of Dylan Young. DJ Curtis, he looks like he's struggling with this race car. He looks like he's down on power or something. We got a battle for second. Sean Harple and Dylan Young are closing the gap. It is down to only 2 seconds now with 10 laps to go. And here comes Young, winner last year. He's down the inside of Sean Harple side by side. And Young in a good position to win this race this afternoon as he's moving into second. The gap is now down to 1.5 seconds. Dylan Young is closing So Harple is also closing. Harple needs to stick with Dylan Young. This could be the battle here with Young and Harple, because it looks like the 19 is down on power. Curtis is really struggling with his race car. He has dominated this afternoon, but if he wants to win this race, he's going to have to get after it. With 8 laps to go here at the stripe, Dylan Young has his crosshairs on that 19 Ford. Dylan Young can sniff a victory right here. Curtis is really going to have to do everything he can. Every knowledge that he has of being a 2-time champion is going to have to come into play here. And Curtis, I don't know if he's going to have anything for him, because Young has really closed this gap. And Dylan Young all over Curtis now. Harple has even lost touch with him. Bassinger and Smith are trying to reel them in as well. Could be a battle for third, but Dylan Young is now all over DJ Curtis. Cross the start-finish line, 7 to go. Could this be a repeat for Curtis to lose in the final laps? And Curtis loses the lead to Dylan Young. Now, for Dylan Young, it's all about pulling away, and that's what he's trying to do. DJ Curtis looks as though he is failing on power or something. The car really struggling down the straightaways and is not getting up to top speed as what he should be doing. Curtis is going to have his hands full keeping Harple and Bassinger back. Smith struggling with lap cars. But Dylan Young, Yamp Motorsports, has never won a race with the 88 car in history. The similar colors that Charles Sanford won in 2015 were with the 8 car. And Young, this 88 car has never went to victory lane, and Dylan Young trying to bring them to victory here in California. Further back, battle for 6th, Jesse Turner. Trying to get every point possible, trying to do a slide job on Ryan Griffin. Trying to get that position. Every point will matter for Turner. He runs 7th right now, trying to get 6th here. Nick Mason, the 48's back in 16th. Trying to run down the 6 and the 92. Trying to get as much points as possible. Mace is no doubt going to lose points this afternoon to Turner, but Turner trying to gain any point he can. Mace trying to fight back. He has ran down Jeffrey Finguy with 2 laps to go now. And Finguy, who gave him a tap a little bit in turn 3 and 4, that cut his tire down. He had to come to pit road earlier than usual. Mace takes that position away. And battle for 2nd, Sean Harple underneath of DJ Curtis. Curtis is going to have his hands full with Harple. A lap and a half to go. DJ Curtis dominated this race and looks as though he's going to lose it. Possibly some engine failures for the 19. He just seems like he's slow on the straightaways. And Curtis going to lose 2nd and possibly 3rd to Bassinger. The white flag is out, though, for Dylan Young. Last lap for the Season 10 Daytona 500 champion. Dylan Young, one more time around, and he's a winner again at California. Dylan Young brought Horizon Group to victory last year in this race in the fall. And Young gonna bring Yamp Motorsports to victory, it seems, through 3 and 4. Yamp Motorsports winless in this 88 team. Not no more off turn 4. Here he comes. Dylan Young brings Yamp Motorsports and the 88 to victory at California. Dylan Young, fantastic drive all weekend. That team looks so quick. Quicker than usual. This team has had a lackluster year. This team just now getting inside the top 15 in the championship standings. Only having 1 top 5 all year. And Young getting himself a victory at California for the 2nd year in a row. Outstanding performance. Great job by Dylan Young in this race. He drove a great race weekend. He qualified 6th. He ran about top 5 all day. He stayed with the leaders, and the pit crew really made a good adjustment on the last stop to make him quick enough to challenge for a race victory. And Yamp Motorsports has their 4th win of the year. Congratulations to Dylan Young. Yeah, Motorsports earlier this week, we're talking about how they've been preparing for 2019 and how they're going to go try and win a championship and how they believe they can win a championship with Davis and Weeks, and they think that Young can be a top 10 driver in the standings. And, well, Young punches back and shows all the critics that he can still win. And Young, I believe you got to consider, is going to be trying his best as well for Yamp Motorsports to get them a championship. Young has never won a championship, and he's never really been in the talk of a championship ever in his career. But Young, man, on top today. Great drive by Dylan Young and Yamp Motorsports. Let's get to our finishing results and standings after round 33.